Boston, Massachusetts, the historic landmark of the Boston Tea Party. Home to Harvard University, and once the location for the famous American sitcom Cheers. The locals are polite and friendly, distinguishable by their Bostonian accent, which is closer to English than American. No other fans can boast like the Boston Celtic faithful. Their team have won an incredible 16 NBA titles, making them the most successful side in the history of the league.
The greatest basketball team that was ever assembled.
The Celtic fans' loyalty is so strong that a feeling of Celtic pride emanates from the court to the crowd. They used to get wild in an old shack of an arena, the Boston Garden. Full of character, its famous parquet floor was where some of the Celtics' greatest championships were won. It was replaced in 1995 by the swanky Fleet Center, seating 18,000 with tickets starting at $15. In the 50s and 60s, the Celtics were a dynasty under the guidance of coach Red Auerbach. They won 12 NBA championships, including 8 in a row. In the 70s, the Celtics' success saw 2 more titles. Then the torch was passed to Larry Bird in the 80s as the Celtic pride continued to flow.
Follows his own shot. Oh, what a ball!
Larry became a legend by leading the Celtics to 3 more championships.
The Boston Celtics are the NBA World Champions.
But when Bird retired, Boston lost its winning touch, and by the mid-90s, Celtic pride was falling on hard times as the team became NBA has-beens. Last year, when new head coach Rick Pitino arrived, he began a rebuilding mission. Now the Celtics are a very young team who are developing an exciting and up-tempo game behind players like Antoine Walker.
Getting jiggy with it.
Ron Mercer.
Mercer behind the back, the spin. Oh!
And Kenny Anderson.
Oh, Kenny Anderson just put it in the washing machine. Spin cycle all the way to the window.
I think with our speed and quickness and our youth, we can rebuild this.
We have to some way make our young players get older in a hurry in terms of wisdom.
Right now, it's the memory of winning 16 NBA titles that keeps the fans going. Boston has a lot of rebuilding to do, and just making the playoffs is a major goal for this young team. But at least they promise some exciting basketball along the way.
In Boston, Massachusetts, Larry Bird is still considered a legend, and the fans at the Fleet Center haven't forgotten what he did for the Celtics. But now he comes back as the enemy, coaching the Indiana Pacers in a matchup of teams going in opposite directions.
Anderson throws up maybe a misadvised shot. Out ahead, Jalen Rose. With the jam past rookie Paul Pierce. Pierce has it stripped. Miller, Rose.
The Central Division leading Pacers built a 9-point lead in the first half. Boston coach Rick Pitino tried to get his young troops going in the second half, but the experienced Pacers taught the Celtics a lesson in basketball intelligence.
Reggie Miller kept it alive, bodies everywhere. Mullen, 3 for Chris out of the scrum.
What a dagger. They do everything right.
The Pacers increased their lead to 12 behind the shooting of Reggie Miller and Chris Mullen.
Money. Anderson punches it away, but Mullen regains control. Stripped again. Mullen follows.
Chris is having the time of his life.
But the Celtics started to show some youthful energy in the third as they made a run.
Tough play by Antoine Walker.
Boston cut the lead to 3 points, but after this missed shot, the Pacers' hustle led to an easy basket.
Good Pacers D. Barros was defenseless.
Indiana then showed their defensive strength and style.
Well, Hooker spinning, losing the ball. Then Travis Best to Miller. Mercer back to Best. Nice ball handling on the 2-on-1.
Late in the fourth quarter, and with Boston down by 8 points, the team needed some big plays.
The Celtics got the ball. Walker trying to run, lost the dribble. Mercer with a beautiful Jordan-esque kind of drive and reverse, and now it's a 6-point Pacers ball.
The Pacers needed a basket to put away the kids from Boston. So whose time was it?
Look out, it's Miller time. Big bucket.
Reggie is just too good at this point for this young and developing team, the Boston Celtics.
Indiana takes the game 101-93 as coach Larry Bird is now 6-0 against his old team.
We always tell everyone it's no option. We have to beat Boston because it's different mood on the plane and back home in practices if we were to ever lose to the Celtics. So there's a lot of pressure on us just to win the ball game.